And at Greenshields, he's had this tactic of staying pretty deep in his crease so he can pick up the length. And when it was that length, it was just short of a length, he knew it was just going to sit up nicely. That one was jungle bound, 6 to Greenshields.
Yeah, nice shot from Greenshields, and enjoying his cricket at the moment. He's a key player back in Portugal as well. I think this year, if my memory serves me right, he'll also qualify to play for the national team. So it's another big plus for Portuguese cricket. A shot again out on the offside. It's always nice to see. You can see the quality and the strength of a batter when shots are being played all around the ground. That's what Greenshields is doing. The short ball's been put away over the leg side. Anything that's short outside off, he's cutting.
Yeah, it's been a very interesting 6.5 overs so far. Clash where one team will get an easier Super Thursday, it seems.
And this one will probably race away to the boundary. It does. And these two complementing each other very well as this partnership between them keeps growing and growing. And every time Shah sort of falls behind the pace in terms of the competitiveness with his partner, he comes back with the boundary himself. And this one was a good shot. It was not a bad delivery. It was on middle stump when he's played this away.
Yeah, good batting. And I like Troy in the chat. He's reminded me of my high school English because he's come up with a word I haven't heard for a while after this ball. Just down leg side, called a wide. Good take there from James Pershart, the captain, down the leg side. Well, calling Ken Binman, it's called a Spoonerism. A Spoonerism. Have you heard of this?
Spoonerism.
A Spoonerism is when you transpose the first initial sounds of two words. Sometimes it's humorous, sometimes it's not. But, like for example, the amount of times instead of coin toss, I'll say toin toss. That's me accidentally spoonerising those words.
Up in the air, I think he will get there and does. That's a good catch. Well, Spoonerism or not, that's a wicket. They needed that. They needed a breakthrough, and you could hear the noise from the camp. And Conrad Greenshields, he's still saying there to Zulfikar Shah, hey mate, well done. You've done us proud. You've got us going. And I think he's absolutely right. He goes for this shot again. He's nailed it a few times. This time it comes off the blade, slices up in the air. Good catch taken. They needed that one badly, and that's well done from Jack de Grunchi.
Yeah, well, it's a fantastic catch. That removes him. That was sliced up in the air by Zulfikar. He won't reach his half century, but he does reach the 40s. Good strike rate as well. And he leaves innings in fairly healthy shape, 75 for 2.
Well, the only spooning bit I know is to do with different positions.
We're easy on. Keep it PG.
I mean, cuddling. Yeah. It's cuddle in bed.
Edit this out for the censors. Goes to a lot of countries where they don't take kindly to that kind of language.
It's gone past 3 o'clock in the afternoon, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Spoonerism. Yeah, it takes me back all the way to my high school English. So now we're going to see Najam Shazad coming in, and thanks again, Troy, for that contribution. That's what I love about the live chat. You're always getting these little facts and snippets of information. Back to you, Troy. Where are you watching from, Troy? Let us know. We've got a lot of viewers from Jersey in the chat at the moment, as you'd imagine. Likewise from Portugal. I wonder if Diesel's out there. Bruno, are you watching? Last ball, the over.
He played out for a single. I think it's very important here that the Najam Shazad also follows the same script that the two batters that have performed well so far do. He doesn't want to go out there and think that he needs to go big hitting straight away. There they go. Yeah. Nice. Give us a wave. Come on, don't be shy. That's what we like to see. But don't wave with your right hand because that beer's going all over you.
All right, this is what we're looking at tomorrow. We can already fill in some of the blanks because the top 3 set, right? So we'll see the teams in green. They are already guaranteed a spot on Finals Friday, but they will play for position. So the best 2 performers out of those teams in green, the best 2 of the top 3, they'll get the double chance. Now, 4th, almost certainly be the winner of this match. We won't be able to lock it in because there is still a match to go, but almost certainly it'd have to be a miracle for Corfu to smash Paco Care by as much as they need to grab 4th. So one of these teams is headed for double.
Yeah, this is an opportunity, Vinny. I'll stop you there because it's been taken. It's another wicket, and well, he's saying, I'm not letting go of this. Zach Clive takes a catch, and look, they're up and about now. Yeah. That's 2 quick wickets, and this is a big one.
Yeah, the crowd goes wild. Zach Tribe very, very safe pair of hands. And what I was about to say, as I saw that ball skied and it kind of had me trail off, but I was say one of these teams is headed for double trouble tomorrow. But the trouble was for Shazad this delivery, as he basically just kind of flat bats that, doesn't get the elevation or the contact to get it over Zach Tribe. So a little bit of a collapse happening at the moment.
They didn't read that script. I said they need to follow the script, and that wasn't in the script. The script was to bat smarter and sensible, and going for the big hit off just his second delivery was not it. And I know that Conor Greenshields, he won't be happy. He'll be a little bit disgusted with that effort from Shazad, because he can be a big, devastating batter.
Yeah. Here's the thing though, they went back to spin like you said. You said I think spin's going to be effective. And they do have some bowling depth. I mean, there's no Joel Richardson in this lineup. He hasn't played today. The left armour, George's father in fact. He had tremendous success on the first day with his left arm medium pace, but now back to Palmer as Umar Farouk comes to the crease at number 5.
Yeah, he goes for the big shot straight away, but at least he keeps it along on the ground. Here comes the throw. So what do you think is going through the head now here of Conor Greenshield? Does he have confidence that the other batters will follow the plan and stay with him, or will he think, right, okay, if this is their mentality, I'm going to just go big on every ball as well?
I think you need to be selective. So you're looking to get at least one off every ball, but if you get one in your zone, you've got to go for it. And I think that kind of goes for the other batters as well, because Farouk, he's no tail ender, right? He's no tail ender, so he needs to also back himself to score. Another left-hand, right-hand combination. But yeah, at least one off every ball.
There's a drop just short of Zach. Gets the throw in.
And sometimes you just got to roll the dice, right? So he mishits that one. He mishits that one forehand.
It's ever since that spooning talk, he's lost it.
I mean, he goes for the shot, right? I mean, if he gets out there, you say it's a silly shot, but it's not really, because it might go for 6. Field seems to be in play here now. There was a period where ball like that sort of shot was always piercing the field. Now it seems to go into it's just amazing just how these matches just chop and change. See, like that one early on, it was finding the gaps, it was going to the boundary, now it's going to the fielders, and that's the end of the over. So 81, 8 overs scored. A good one for Palmer, well bowled, and that's what I was talking about. I just think by taking the pace off just slows things down again. Now they're going to have to look to see who they use. But yeah, Vinny, just talking about that again, this format. Look at Marlow this morning. Yeah. I mean, Marlow, they beat the Punjabi Lions. Punjabi Lions 45 all out, and then their next game, they go and beat RBS Kleiner. Yeah. I mean, and they batted really well as well. You just don't know what's going to happen. Get your form, lad.
Portugal here, the champions of Portugal here, Marlow, they couldn't bat very well in the first match, and here they are looking at a completely different team. It's just crazy.
You say that, they still put 98 on the board. I mean, a lot of that was back end heavy.
Yes, last 2 overs.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But they still 98 defended it, and it could be something similar here. That's what I was going to say is just take your form guide, rip it up, set it on fire, dispose of it.
Yeah,
smartly, but yeah, this is what we expect from this form of the game. That's why it is so gripping, so exciting. You won't find this kind of cricket anywhere else on the planet as we head to over number 9. Well, it all happens in the 9th, and here's Rick to bowl it. Yeesh.
Oh dear, it's a horrible one, and his day didn't start very well out there, did it? I mean, when he dropped, well, it was an absolute dolly, wasn't it? When he put Farouk down. Farouk, remember, he dropped him on 0, who went on and scored 41 runs. Greenshields, well, he was dropped on 4 and he's still going strong. So those 2 catches are going to hurt them, but that's going to hurt them as well. 5 runs off, 5 from nothing.
Yeah, and especially after following up from a pretty good over from Palmer after the wicket. It was Mr. Palmer and his 5 singles to finish it off. And now 5 for free at the start of the 9th.
This is okay. I think this is a win. Get the single. Well, that's absolutely been fired in. That's not the easiest of throws to deal with. Not sure that was necessary.
Yeah, they do like to throw it around though, don't they?
Paul Pershard, his dad must be watching thinking, what are you doing to my son? What about his dad, Jim? He was the potato farmer. And look, how about this? What's a potato's least favourite day of the week?
Oh, here we go again. Okay, give me a second to think about it.
You don't have seconds. Oh, I'm going to tell you now if you're doing that. Friday.
There we go. Oh, come on. I have to get there eventually. Yeah, hi Jim. I know Jim's watching in the crowd, and I bet he would have had no idea 45 years ago when they started playing cricket matches. Farmers versus Builders was the first one.
That's correct.
At the end of the season.
That's hit and it's going all the way. Balle, Kinna Soda, Kinna Bada Shaka. And this is time now for Umar Farouk to go big, and he's hit that big hand on the offside. Big shot that.
Well, what do you do before you fry the potatoes? You got to slice them, and this one's sliced away. Have a look at this. Great inside-out batting by Umar Farouk. He's got a role to play here. It's not just here as a support role. And, oh, Big Rick, he's in a bit of a pickle at the moment.
Well, what a great over this is so far. 13 from it, only halfway through. In the air, should be taken, has been taken, so he does get a wicket. So there will be some smiles on Firth's face, and there'll be more smiles on the faces of the spectators, the farmers, as they scream. It's like having Meyer in the house, isn't it? But multiplied by 10.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and well, Rick hasn't really had the greatest start to the over, but now he has an ECL wicket. It's just a very good delivery. Misses the Yorker slightly full, but still not anything that Farouk could get in the middle of the bat around. Nice catch taken by Chuggy. Charles Pershad coming to his left. But still, handy contribution of 10 from Umar Farouk, and as he departs, it's 94 for 4.
I want to know whose trousers is Chuggy wearing, because they're far too short for him. Every time he's moving, all you can see is his white socks.
Well, at least he's moving. And Jersey, they have been on the move today, haven't they? They got their first points, as did Marlow. So both these teams started the day without a win. But one of them will finish the day with 2 wins. One of them will be destined for a sudden death showdown in the first eliminator tomorrow. We'll basically need to win 5 straight to win the week.
Hey, how about that? This is something we started. Caught, new batsman has to go and strike.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be from the 1st of October everywhere.
Willing to take the credit. And to be fair, it's something that we had mused about, and we had talked about it a lot. We did bring it in straight away. The 100 trialled it, and based on that, we then implemented it from September last year. It's been a very popular rule, and I had a prediction that it would come into all cricket, and come in quicker than I thought.
They stole it from us. We got a worm, I reckon.
You want to go against the MCC. Just keep them on good terms, I think.
There are several good rules as that over comes to an end. So it finishes on 96 for 4. It was a good over. I mean, Firth did finish well with the last 3 overs, so it just goes for 15.
Are you waiting till the 10th over to bring up all this? Because this is a long conversation.
No. I mean, the wide one we'll discuss over and over again, but they're basically saying if a batter, as the bowler is starting to come in, if the batter does move outside the off stump, then come back, well, the umpire will say, right, that's the point where I'm going to judge the wide front, which I think is fair. But the one I like, and I used to hate it, and I still do, because it still will happen when a dead ball is called and the batter has smashed it for 6. That's dead ball. It don't count. Well, now what they're saying is not a dead ball. It's actually going to be 5 penalty runs.
Well, it is if it's for the fielder moving kind of illegally and with intent. I wouldn't be, for example, though, if a dead ball gets called but the umpire wasn't ready.
No.
We've seen dead balls for other reasons, right?
Yeah, for that reason I understand. Umpire's not ready, batter's not ready, and the bowler's coming in. It's that field when the field is moving around and the dead ball has to be called. And it becomes a disadvantage for the batting side.
All right. Here's Ken. Good bowling. So, still our wide playing conditions are. So you're talking about the laws of cricket there. Now, our playing conditions are slightly different with our wides. We've got a bit of a firmer stance on wides because we don't like to encourage defensive bowling too much. So anything that misses a leg stump that is not between the batter and the stumps will be called a wide in ECN cricket. And
leg side,
most things outside the offside wide line will be as well. But what you're talking about there is the line move. It used to be you could kind of jump outside off, then come back. The line would move out with you, but then move back as you move back if it was before the ball was bowled. But now what they're saying is, look, once that line moves, it's kind of a one-way street. But I mean, I'll reiterate what I think. In our cricket, and maybe just in our cricket, I like to see the line being the line. You should be able to bat wherever you want. Nah. What do you mean? Let's have this argument with 3 balls.
I've got a good one after this ball. Well played, and Conrad does get mad on this one. He's been a little bit frustrated.
Too much of the strike lately, Conrad.
This is the one the farmers will love.
Okay.
Hey, farmers, this is for you back in Jersey when you go back.
All right.
Because I would imagine that they've got quite a few animals around where they are.
Yeah.
And it used to be, okay, that an animal could come onto the field, interrupt things, and the ball goes to the boundary because the cow's in the way, for example. Now it'd be called a dead ball.
Really?
Yeah, dead ball now. Any animal, if a dog runs
Hold on a second.
If a dog runs on the field,
Have they seriously?
yeah. No, I'm not. If an animal, so if a dog was to run on now, just as the time the ball is hit and it's by the field and it goes to the ball,
I don't know. What if
dead ball?
Oh, I don't know. What if the dog just wanders like 1 meter inside the boundary at fine leg?
Interfering with play. If he's not interfering with play, it's different. But listen, we've had that with dogs on the field of play. In the air, and this one, where's his heading? Is he going to go over the fielder? Oh, well, you can see what he's trying to do, but he misses it. He doesn't play tennis, that's for sure, or badminton. And I think he's tried to do the right thing here. The ball does go for 6, so that's a win for the batters.
This is
he
why
needed to flip this back.
We can't talk about these things. It's on my mind. Yeah, look, it's a really good effort, number one. Did pretty much all he could, but missed the ball. 100's up now. Okay, geez, I hope nothing happens to this ball, because I don't have to talk through this animal thing. It's going to take me a while. Swing and a miss. Sorry,
go.
So have they literally made a law that says if an animal comes on, does it say interfering with play? Because what about if there's a beetle on the ground? I mean, what's an animal?
Not an animal, is it? It's an insect.
Oh, an insect's an animal. What if it's...
Listen, why do you feel...
What if I get bold and I say an ant? It bounced on an ant.
Okay, we've got two balls to finish. No ball. We've got another one. This is a free hit, and this is going to be a warning for the bowler. I mean, that's a dangerous delivery. It's right at the batter.
I've got to admit, I never
First and final.
Never got a chance to read all of them this morning. I heard everyone was texting me saying I'm a genius. So thanks to everyone that messaged me, first of all, for the batter crossing thing. But yeah, well, need to do further reading. Let's put
free hit.
Temporary juncture on this, as we've got the last ball free hit.
And he's got plenty off there as he goes all the way. Well, that's how you get 13 of 1, and that's how you lose your Victoria as well. And that's a big hit. It goes all the way. So what a way to finish. And they will finish on 110. Well, that's not a good finish from Ben Kinman. And I said, is there a reason why they call him Binman? Well, maybe there is there, because, well, that's not a good finish.
I think that was put down in the fan zone. I think that's the Jersey supporters that was hit too. That's it was a big finish, wasn't it? 6 dot, no ball, 6. So they basically get 13 off the last half over. Magical mini finish. There's still 110. The Jersey bats will fancy this, but well, Marlow, they've come out swinging this morning. You see Tyrone and Steph followed by the Farmers out there, and once again it was Pershard or Chuggy combining with his brother, and Chuggy has been getting the ball to talk a bit here on day 3. A few hit out of the ground though, in particular Zulfikar Shah, 41. He scored off 26. That was really important, wasn't it? And well, Will Pershard didn't disgrace himself. This was super close, just making it by about an ant's width.
That beetle you're talking about, maybe.
But I tell you what, this was a key partnership, wasn't it? Just got them in a good position. It meant they weren't really in wicket trouble. They weren't going to get bowled out, and they could really attack at the end. And essentially, that's how they navigated their way to 110.
Yeah, Zulfikar batted really well. He gave him a very easy chance to third early on, but he made the most of it, and that's the important thing. If you get an opportunity, you've got to make it count. He was disappointed, probably not to have got to his 100, to his 50, and that collision, well, that was nasty, wasn't it? And I think the news that's coming through is that everything is okay there. It's all hunky-dory. And things weren't hunky-dory out there in the field, because we saw a couple of times the fielders trying to stop the ball going for 6, trying to knock it back in. They weren't successful. Mind you, there were some that were hit by Conor Greenshield that were not coming back. And this one was the one that was sliced up in the air from Zulfikar Shah, and that was a big wicket. They broke that partnership, and they were up for it then. But credit to Marlow, the champions from Portugal. They kept on going. It was 51 for 1 at the 5 over mark. So they did get a bit of an acceleration in. Not much of one in the final 5, but there was some good bowling as well. There was some good catching, but there was also some bowling and fielding that they wouldn't have been too proud of as well.
Now, some nice moments as well between the two teams. And of course, they're just thrilled to be here, part of their ECL adventure. It was a bit of Matrix style from the Summerat. He wasn't able to pull that one in. Yeah, it was a big finish from Arlo. That last one disappeared into the fan zone. They will finish with a score of 110. And I just looked up that law, and now I'm fine with it. It says if any player is disadvantaged by a person, animal, or other object.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
It doesn't matter if there's a dog that crawls on in the corner of the field.
But if you're
there's a
disadvantaged and you're
beetle,
scared of... Hang on, how about this?
cat runs on the
Cardamom Oval, you're fielding there mid-wicket and one of those big snakes slithers out and you go,
That's
then
fine.
the ball comes over and goes for 6. That wouldn't be fair. That's going to be called a dead ball.
Let me get back to the scorecard. Phil Vickers 41 and Conrad Green's 29 not out. Engineered that when you consider they scored 70 of these 110 runs. Had a bit of help along the way and some good bowling performances. I think Chuggy Pershard, he was very good early, 1 for 8 of his 2. Has been getting the ball to move around, getting some swing. We haven't seen a lot of swing this week. Reece Palmer, the off spinner, 1 for 16, bowled very well as well. George Richardson picked up a wicket, was a bit expensive, and Rick Firth had a terrible start to his over, but kind of came good at the end. They took 1 for 15. Some tall towers, just those 3 overs where they couldn't really get too much production going, keeping this to more or less a par total, maybe a few more. I think the average batting first is 105, so Marlowe's got 110 at the moment, but still, Farmers, if they bat well enough, they'll get the win. Remember, the winner of this match will get 4th place. They'll have a much easier Super Thursday, whereas the loser of this match, they'll have to play twice on Super Thursday, both sudden death encounters, if they're going to progress to finals day. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a few minutes. Vinny Sandu here, Mr. Maximo, alongside Rico Full. When we return, it will be Farmers of Jersey requiring 1-1-1 for victory. Hope you're enjoying your day on ECN. We'll see you shortly for more Bet to Ball European Cricket League. Hello and welcome back to Spain. The Costa del Sol is the home of ECL 22, the Champions League of European cricket. 30 clubs are part of this cricket carnivale over 6 weeks. We've seen lots of clubs come and go already. We're into week 5, Group E action. We're searching for our final qualifier to head into Championship Week, which starts on Monday, only 5 days away. So we're very excited to see who will become the kings of European cricket this year. Of course, the previous running of the tournament in July 2019, 2.5 years ago now, saw VOC Rotterdam of the Netherlands, who were able to lift the trophy on that occasion. Today we had the unveiling of the trophy, which is sitting proudly at the top of the staircase as the players run past it onto the field. And right now, 2 teams with plenty to play for. They didn't have any success on Monday or Tuesday, these 2 teams, losing all their matches, but they both registered a win here on day 3. But only one of them can win, and this match, and it does look very, very likely that they will take 4th place in a much easier Super Thursday. Yet Corfu could theoretically grab that 4th place, but considering their net run rate, as Corey would like to say, there's more chance of the world stopping and spinning the other way. Right now, just waiting for the clock to tick over. Looks like Najam Shazad's going to open the bowling for Marlow, the Portuguese champions. As Chuggy Pershard and Zach Tribe open the batting for Farmers. It's 111th victory. Get ready for a good contest here in Group E, match 14 of ECL 22. There goes for this straight away. It's a bit of a top edge. He's going to get away with it. And to the tune of 6, Maximo. Chuggy using the whole bat this time, not the middle, but it does get the desired result. A flying start for the Farmers. Vinny Sandu here, Mr. Maximo for easy, and joining me once again is Rico Full.
Chug, chug, chug all the way for 6. And that's exactly the start you need. They're going to get off to a good start. We saw a good partnership between the 2 Tribe brothers in that victory earlier. But they would love to get off to a good start. Good opening partnership. That's what they'd like here.
Lucky one though. Another edge, this time bottom edge. So top, bottom. Just haven't seen the middle yet.
Yeah, Najam Shazad, the opening bowler, hasn't quite had the start to this European Cricket League as he would have liked. He's not really been able to be too influential with bat or ball yet, but we do know he's a big player. He's certainly done great work with the fielding. He's taken some good catches. This is going to be 4 more. This is a powerful shot, a good one to play inside the power play. There's nobody in the boundary zone there. Everybody's inside the circle, and once he makes contact with this, you know it's just going one way.
Yeah, genuine cricket shot this time. Use the top, use the bottom, uses the middle. 3rd time's the charm for Chuggy. Picks the gap as well. Good batting, 4 runs.
Shazad, pressure on him now. He needs to get this fuller and up. Got to maybe get him playing outside the off, driving. It is Fuller, it's a chance, and they've got the wicket. And it was Fuller. It wasn't quite the delivery I was expecting, but it wasn't short, it was full. And Chuggy, he sort of, I think that surprises him a little bit. Maybe it was a little bit quicker than he expected, but he just chips his up to the man inside the circle, and long on takes the catch, and now, well, he has to chug himself off.
Yeah, well, he'll be disappointed. This is a full toss that he pretty much could have hit anywhere. For some reason, he tries to drag it to the leg side, and that presents the leading edge. And the catch well taken by Said Maisam. But that's the ball I think he can drive through the covers, and I think when he looks back at that, he'll agree. And he has to go for a quick fire, 10-4, over and out. It's 10 for 1.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed. Yeah, that was interesting. It was almost like you get done by a slower ball, but it wasn't. It was a full toss. Maybe he was just in 2 minds.
Yeah, well, probably he was in about 7 minds, because he could have played that wherever he wanted in front of the wicket. I think straight bat shot would have been the percentage play. I think maybe thinking, because there's no one back on the leg side, that's why he wanted to drag it that way, but he just got the timing all wrong. 6 fielders on the offside, 3 on the leg, so perhaps that had something to do with the decision making in the moment for Chuggy Pershard. Right now, we'll see Julius Sumarer, who's coming off a duck this morning. He'll be facing up to Portuguese national skipper, Najam Shazad.
goes quickly to the man at third, does really well. And this is one thing that really impressed me about the Portuguese champions Marlow in their match earlier today. And that was the way they fielded. They were really good against some Derby Lions. They took all their chances, and that's why they bowled them all out for 45. And they started the same way here.
Yeah, you don't associate them being a great fielding side, but they do have some really good fielders, and we saw it this morning. I mean, how about Shazad's catch? He took a one-hander back in the ECC, and I thought he wouldn't beat that, but I think that one was even better this morning. Last ball of his over coming up.
Easy to say. There's nothing easy about this. You're going to make sure you get there, and he does. And Conrad Greenshield says, well, that ball is staying in my hand because I'm bowling the next.
Yeah, he will hold on to it. He was getting the ball to buzz around corners this morning, wasn't he, Greenshields? So we'll see him in over number 2. But that first over, 11 for 1. And that's pretty much what they need. Look at all those ones. 11 for 1 off 1. Target 1, 1, 1. And Sarah is 1 off 1.
Oh, look at that.
1 for 1, 1 off 1. A lot of picket fence type scorecard there.
Yeah, it's only Zach let us down there. If he was a 1, I don't think I've ever seen that.
I guess
before.
if he got a single, then it wouldn't be 11 anymore and throws everything else out like a Rubik's Cube. Anyway, here's Greenshields.
Starts with a wide.
Doesn't swing. See, never know until you get up there and bowl the ball if it's going to swing or not. It's got a nice breeze to work with for the outswinger, and he can swing it both ways. That's the thing. Greenshields, he's a genuine swing bowler, but that first one, he's not getting it right. Held its line.
Yeah, I agree with the comment from Luke in the chat. Back to that in a minute. It's got to be quick here. Good throw, he's in trouble. Oh, I'm pretty. This would have been out. The bat plugged as well. He was a little. I think he was daydreaming a little here, Zach. And we'll see this again. I think this hits me. He would have been gone.
Yeah, I think it's a bat plug fail as well. See here. Oof. I mean, he may have got there with the foot, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm going to have to put up a sign. Keep off the grass. Do not try and slide your bat next to the pitch. Can end badly. You run the risk of dismissal.
Luke Belgium was saying that Julius Sumer is due some runs, and yeah, you're absolutely right. When we first saw him, he was the pick of the batters, wasn't he?
Yeah, I still think he is. I mean, he's a brilliant stroke maker, but again, you've got to get through the initial period. You've got to bat for a length of time. We saw that with Vise today.
His first knock was a very classy 47 before he got out, and that was on day 1, and he looked the part there, but he hasn't really produced that performance again.
Look, at least they won right when he made a duck. I mean, that's got to give him some confidence. There's Andrew, deep in thought. Everyone else is having a good time.
Goes the area route, and I think he may get his boundary. He does. There's 3 fielder chasing into 1. Decides he's going to do, well, it's a bit like watching the Olympics and the hurdles there. 3 in a race. Who gets there first?
Yeah, Najam Shazad, he's up to the 3,000 metre steeplechase. Everyone else chasing it to the boundaries. Bermuda Triangle situation. 3 fielders converge. None of them can stop it. So 4 more runs. I mean, no chasers 110 plus are going to be easy. I think in this group, where all the teams can turn it on with the ball in the field if they hit their straps.
In the air, chance. Oh, it's popped out. And now it could be another chance if you get this throw right. Oh, he can't pick it up. It's like trying to pick up a bar of soap for that fielder, and he throws it away. He's disgusted with himself. Well, I'm going to say it. He's utterly disgusted with himself.
Oh, come on.
Oh dear.
Well, this bounces out of the palms. It's rubber palm stuff. Bang. About halfway back to the pitch. And then he picks it up. And I always thought I was a good fielder of the stationary ball. I don't think Azim Sawa can see the same, because then we had a lot of confusion between the wickets. Half a run-out chance. Double chance goes begging. Oh, this is going to be 4 as well. And so Greenshield's no luck for him in his over. Not a disaster. Goes for 12. But still, there were opportunities. A bit of luck for the Farmers, but you make your own luck. That's 2 overs down. 23 for 1.
Yeah, look, I don't want to go on about it, but remember in the first innings, when it was Marlow that were doing the batting, you had Zook Shah, he was dropped on 0, and Greenshields who dropped on 4. We know what they went on to do. Zulfikar went on to make 41, and Greenshields 29 not out. So you drop those catches, you will get punished, and it could be the same here. Maybe someone like And that man we were talking about, Julius, he needed a chance, and he was given one. Just saw the tables there once more. Just to recap, this match is so important. The winner is more than likely to go on to finish in 4th place, and that makes a huge difference going into Super Thursday tomorrow.
Yeah, it does. At this stage of the week, if you get a game off, it's pretty handy for you, I think. The team's getting banged up towards the end of the week. Here's Adnan Gondal to bowl.
This time they do run quickly, and there's enough bodies backing up. So Gondal, his first ball goes for 1.
Yeah, so the batters communicating to each other about what they're seeing from Gondal. And Gondal, we saw him really good in the...
For me and you, our minds are just wired up the same way. I'm about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Do you notice the way they always communicate what the bowler's doing when it's a new bowler?
And Gondal's a good death bowler. We saw him in ECS Portugal last year, but being used more up front in this tournament.
Gone. And short, wide, straight into the hands of the fielder. And, well, it's Zach. That goes. That try. He played very well in their last match. But he put a good partnership together, didn't he, with his brother? But not this time. 36 of 17 he made the last time against Yek Corfu. But here he's going to take a disappointing walk-off. He goes for 5 or 4 or 5 deliveries.
Well, this was a bit short, but to be honest, when I saw this, I called it in my head short, and the second word, well, it rhymes with bit, and it starts with an SH, because I thought this one had to be hit to the boundary. It was probably going to go for a wide, but somehow Zach Tribe has nailed that one straight to Greenshields at point, who holds onto the catch gleefully. That is 2 wickets down now, 24 for 2.
Yeah, Greenshields is probably saying to his boys, hey guys, this is the way to do it. You got to take these catches. And that will mean that it's going to be Zach's brother coming out. He's not going to have the pleasure of batting with Zach. And it's going to be Asa Tribe who comes out here now.
Yeah, Asa replaces his brother. So 1 Tribe for another. Every team for themselves here in match 14 of Group E. Gondal gets a wicket. I mean, that...
Yeah, I know.
Just had to get it anywhere around that fielder or over that fielder, and that was 4. That was a gift. Nothing worse than that. Get out to... It's one thing if you get out to a good ball or something like that, or it's a necessary kind of risk that you take to get out to, but that one really should have been dispatched. So here's Asa.
Time along the deck. Greenshields does the fielding once more, and well backed up. Good cricket.
Good cricket. Nice and backing up. Shows confidence in your teammates. Okay, I'm going to have a ping at the stumps. I think there's half a chance to run out. We saw one yesterday, though, didn't we? It went to the boundary off the stumps. It was almost a run out. It ended up being 5.
Yep.
See everything over 144 matches in the ECL.
Well bowled, well played as well. A little bit quicker this one from Gondal.
Let's have a look at bowling options here. So looking at this Marlow side. The side Myson, of course, still to bowl. A few others. Maybe spin from Amir Ikram. So a few options here. Saim Ali was a last-minute replacement for Amir Zaib, who failed a fitness test. So we saw him opening the batting, but we won't have Zaib in the bowling lineups. A hat-trick, of course. So yeah, just struggling with a bit of injury at the moment. So we haven't seen him today at all. I mean, they wanted to play him this game. He was actually in the selected squad, but then in the warm-up, just felt something wasn't right, so he was taken out of the team.
So most people on the chat still believe that Farmers will go on to win this match. I'm not too sure. Hey, look, I want to ask you, what's that? You know, has your eyelid ever start flickering? Is there a sign? My right eyelid start flickering. Maybe that's my golden ball sign. This one's in the air. I can tell you something. I know what it means when Enrico's right eyelid starts flickering. It means there's a wicket on the way. Maybe not the golden ball. It's another wicket, and it's another poor shot. And it's another failure for Julius. He has to go.
Simmer, big loss for them. You felt he was due for some runs, but maybe saving himself a Super Thursday. It wasn't that short. Had to get it squarer, or had to get it over the top of Said Meister. He's taken a couple of good catches in that position. So shelled a couple, but they haven't really cost him at this stage. As Simmer, he departs for 8, and now it's 25 for 3.
Oh, what an over this has turned out to be from Gondal. It's not... Certainly not in terms of what he's produced, being his best, but he's picked up wickets, and that's what all that matters. So that's the end of the third over as well. What an over it was, 25 for 3. Farmers, well, you might think they're still favourites in the chat, but they're in a spot of bother here.
Yeah, I think someone's going to have to stand up and play a big innings for Farmers. You don't become national champions without having those kind of players, especially in your middle order, long performers of the game. You have to be able to suck up the pressure and give it back a little bit. But now we're going to see Greenshields bowling his second over. Still fairly new ball to work with. Nice shot. In fact, that's going to go all the way for 4. So this one does get right, ace of try. A little bit short from Greenshields. Not really getting the kind of hoop we saw this morning. He picks up on this length quickly. Does get it. Now the field's gone back. A few more gaps as well. And that is 4 runs. 4 badly needed runs for Farmers.
Yeah, he's played that nicely, and the batter that's come out to join him is Firth at the other end. Wouldn't he like to put in a good display with the bat? Slightly slower delivery this time. Oh, a bit of hesitation, and Firth, he will get there, because again, it wasn't the best of pickups on the field, and it wasn't the best of throws, and that one probably should have been another wicket there.
Yeah, man, they really had a long time. They were miscommunicating here. Have a look here. Just Rick Firth very slow to go. Hasn't even faced the ball yet, but it wasn't a great throw from Mian Shahid, to be fair. Just bounced well short of the keeper, giving Firth the time to sneak home. And they're continuing with this kind of offside-dominated field. So they've got 6 of the 9 available fielders on the offside. So you see, there's the cavalry running across to the right-hand side of the screen for the left-handed Rick Firth. And that's probably meant to encourage him to try and hit on the leg side, but Conrad won't be giving him anything there. He'll be trying to put the ball well wide of the off stump. Like that.
I've got to say, my eyelid is still flickering. So what do you reckon? You think that's a sign?
Well, it's not a good sign for batters, judging by what happened earlier in the over. Yeah, we might have to get Magic Spray Mary up here to check you out. I know that there's a couple of doctors that are in the crowd. So if anyone wants to tell Rico how to stop his eye twitching, that'd be...
Another one. This one is okay. I can see to get. Does he? He must have moved a long way down the leg side.
Well, let's have a look. Oh, that's wide.
Yeah, he's got away with that one, I think.
50-50, you could say.
60-40.
It's a fair piece of the line.
Played out again. It's good backing up, and not the best of throws again. I think you know why some of these guys don't bowl, because if they did, they'd be banging it in short all the time.
Replace the ball with a medicine ball at the moment, because no one seems to be able to throw more than 5 metres. I will say though, the umpires, they get one look at it, and I do think I'm getting a lot of comments saying the umpiring has been fantastic in this.
Oh, it has been brilliant.
This series. Yes, no one's going to agree on everything all the time, but they do a wonderful job out there in the middle.
Ooh.
A little edge. There's an off cutter this time because the ball's not swinging for Greenshields, so he just rolls the fingers on it. And this takes a little edge, but because it's a slower ball, it's nowhere near carrying to the keeper. Farouk.
Greenshields really love one here. Last ball of his spell. And he could have one, and he does! Well, it's 1, 2, 3, y suerte! And Greenshields finishes with a wicket, 1 for 19. And when he dropped him 3 times before he got it, well, you like doing a bit of juggling, Benny. Well, that was a juggling trick for you. Yeah, it was. Greenshields, it would have been ropeable if this got dropped. He already had one bounce out the palms of the square leg. This time it's fine leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I reckon I got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And, well, eventually, Climb Elite holds on. He was a last-minute inclusion. Well, Conrad had a word with him after that, but it'll be more of encouragement than anything else. As Asa Tribe, he just picked out the fielder, didn't he, there? So, unfortunately for him, he's going to have to go. So that's 4 in the shed now. Keep losing wickets here. 32 for 4 after 4 overs. Climb Elite taking the catch. You see the Jersey Cow, well, flying high in the dugout, but well, certainly in a bit of bother here.
Ben Kinman comes to the crease, and I hope that you're enjoying the action so far. Vinny's hand to him, Mr. Maximo. Rico Full with me. Crucial match here. The winner of this does look like it won't be 100%, but 99% they will take 4th place and have the morning off tomorrow. At this stage, you feel some of the body's getting a bit sore. That could be really invaluable.
It certainly could be. I mean, you want to get that extra rest in, but at the moment, Farmers not really sure what's going on there. They're making this really difficult for themselves. It's the basic things as well, Vinny. I know that as bad as you can have a bad day in the office, if you like, but simple things like the communication between them it's not there. They're not running well together. They're just,
when it goes off the rails, everything can go off the rails.
Just not gelling out there.
And what I will say is, also there's no easy teams to play in this group at all. So okay, we had, for example, the Turkish champions a couple of weeks ago. No disrespect to them, and we loved what they brought to the table. But if you had a 5 versus 6 against them, you're pretty confident that you're going to get it done. But here, that 5 versus 6, whoever loses this game, that's a danger game against potentially Yek of Corfu. Right down the leg side. So I don't think anyone wants to run into them. And then even when you get over that, or if you get over that, you've got a tough match against the 4th place team, which is your opponent in this match, who you've just lost to tonight. So certainly a lot to play for. Still a lot of cricket still to play as well. They've just fallen a little bit behind the rate, about an over behind where they need to be. Swing and a miss now. Then Kinman's in with Rick Firth, and need to kind of consolidate, but they can't leave their run too late here. They have to keep playing their shots. That's what you're seeing from Kinman there. They would have wanted to have been about 44 after the 4th. They were 34. They want to be 55 after 5, or at least get up into the 40s, preferably high 40s.
Short, punish, big, and that goes all the way. Shaba, Ginna, Sona, Shaka, Lagia.
So Myson comes on. He's another one that we'll often see just bowling at the death and bowling Yorkers. All right, but he's coming on a little bit earlier, and now he's mixing up his lengths. This one is a little bit short, almost one-hander from Kinman. Well, he takes out the trash, 6 runs, and just what they needed to try and kickstart a bit of a resurgence.
Just backed away there. I think there was a little bit of chit chat maybe from the man on 45 there. Just says, hang on a minute. Go back to just walk away and say, right, I'm ready now. Slower, and it could get him a wicket. Is up in the air, and it's been taken, and that's well bowled. And he said, I wasn't ready, walks away, and then when he's ready, goes with a big shot. Well, after getting one big one, this one goes up in the air, and no mistake from the fielder. And Gondal comes in, takes the catch, and they are in trouble now. The Farmers, another wicket. And you got to say, probably another soft dismissal here, Vinny.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. He sees something he thinks he can drag down the ground, but one thing is this wind, most of the time, the batters are hitting into it when they hit in that direction, so you just have less margin for error. So maybe the shot was on, just not executed by Kinman, who disappears for 6, all off one scoring stroke. Now, that's half out already, 40 for 5.
Yeah, there's some strange things happening in the day. I mean, I touched on the improvement that the Lions made after their defeat to Marlow when they came back and beat RBS Crinehout. Farmers, they put in a good performance against Yek Corfu to win their first, and now they're in all sorts of bother, and the only team you could probably say that's maintained any sort of form here today has been Marlow.
Yeah, well, true. But Rick Holden asking about the cricket facilities in Jersey, and I just put a link in the chat to this fantastic article about the Farmers' home ground. And Jim Pershart in particular. And about just over 15 years ago, I think, they created a cricket ground which is now ICC accredited for international cricket. So exciting stuff. Doesn't get a run here, but it's a great article, isn't it? And I've been chatting to Jim. It's a great story, really great story. It spends a lot of time kind of looking after that facility, particularly in the summer months. And it was converted farm. That's why they're called Farmers. And originally it was Farmers that were playing for them.
It's a bit of a full toss. Doesn't quite get it in the gap. Does get runs on the ball for himself, Palmer. So he's now off the mark. You've got 2 relatively new batters out there as we approach the halfway stage now. So 41 on the board, but the thing is, it's those 5 wickets down that is going to be the major issue.
Yeah, it sure is. And now you need 14s. Okay, you need 71 in the second half. You've come up with 41 in the first half. Looking at the first innings of the game, 51 and 59 is what Marlow got in their splits. First half 51, second half 59. So they're just off the pace here. I often say it, that taking wickets slows down the scoring, and slowing down the scoring will take wickets. So they just need something from somewhere. And Firth, he's a man that we did see can clear the boundaries. He was left in a bit of an impossible situation earlier in this week, but did hit a couple out. And now Palmer, what can he do?
She played, get the single.
This is the difference, I think, between playing T20 cricket or even longer cricket, is your middle order role's a bit different, right? Their job is to accumulate runs, the bigger fields, you can knock around 1 or 2s and get your 10, 11 runs and over this way, but there's hardly any 2s out there. So these guys pretty much have to go from ball 1 here.
And gets an edge, and I think that finger is going to come up, and slowly but surely it does. The batter, I'm not sure what the batter's trying to signal there. And he does have to go, and he does.
Yeah, he's actually saying to the bowler, it's really clever bowling, and you got me there. I don't think there was any issue with the fact it was a big nick from Rick Firth. And this is Mohammad Naveed that's come on. See it here. He said, it's a clever bit of bowling. And then you'll see here, focus on the batter. He just says, typical.
I don't know, I don't know if he is saying that.
Nah, he's flashed a smile at the bowler at the end. I think you done me with that one, or words to that effect, as he departs. And Jersey scorecard's starting to look a little bit ugly. It's 42 for 6.
Another one that goes again. I mean, I don't want to be unkind to the bowler, but I don't think it was a great delivery. It just was poorly executed by the batter. And it's Umar Farouk makes no mistakes behind the stumps. And we are now 42, 6 wickets down. Can somebody find the middle of the bat, clear these boundaries, and get them back in this match?
Could see Will Pershant back out there. He wasn't really in great shape after a bit of a collision with a teammate in the first half of this game, but he will be batting, and he's out there with Reece Palmer. That run rate required is spiralling out of control.
And well, this one has been hit and hit well, and it stays hit. The fielder is there, but he's got plenty of power in it. And well, at the moment, well, we know he got knocked out, he got shaken, but he's come out fighting, and now it's his turn to throw the punches, if you like. 6 runs, big hit.
Yeah, it was a good shot, and he picked that up pretty quickly. The length that was there to pull, and he did. A few more of those, and it'll be game on.
That's what they've got to do here, believe, and I'm pretty sure that team have been in positions like this before where they've had to dig deep and get themselves into a winning position, and that's what they're trying to do here. This is going to be a chase on for the fielder. They do take him on. It's going to be, oh well, you can see there that hits direct. Or even if the bowler, I think, is in the right position, this would have been close.
It's a spicy throw, so difficult to handle. If he did, I think it would have been out. Almost bounced off him back onto the stumps as well. Close call, but still just a single.
And chase on now for the man at third. He's not going to get there. 4 more, so a couple of boundaries here. Just gives them hope, because that one brings up the 50. That's another thing I think you've got to do when you're the batting side. You're going to say, right, it's 50. Right, from here, now we want to be looking at me and you. We're going to take it to 65 and so forth. And then, if you get to right towards the end and right, okay, whatever it is, 15 and over. But if you've got wickets in hand from there, you can still have another go. Yes. Partnerships are so key.
Tell you what, the figures have got Gondal looking pretty good, 2 for 2, but everyone's taken wickets that's bowled so far, all 5 bowlers. Look, I think you need to break, when you've got a big problem, okay, you need a plan. So my plan would be, we need to break this down into smaller problems. Okay, what is it, 58 runs, seems like a lot, but we need 14 and a half and over. So let's try and get 14 or 15 off this over. How do we do that? Well, we need to hit basically 2 6s or 3 4s. So I'm looking to still be selective. All right, I want to execute. When I get one in my zone, I want to go large. I'm not holding back. you don't have to go absolutely everything. This does him Sawa into the attack.
Play doesn't quite get the power in the shot. Sawa, one thing we did see from him, they want to take him on, and in comes the throw, and they will do it. Sawa, when I saw him bowl earlier, he did bowl quite a few short deliveries, so if you wait for him and you're ready and you take him on, and you get it right in between the two men in the boundary, there's always runs here. Goes out on the offside. Get one. Rashad William, that is, moves to double figures, and when you look at the scorecard, the way it stands at the moment, that in itself is a big achievement. It's joint top run scorer now. Oh, he's going to be gone here, and not a good shot. There's from Palmer, and Sawa just an ordinary ball, slow outside the off stump, and Palmer goes for it and then stays rooted to the crease, and a very easy stumping for Umar Farouk.
Yeah, it was well executed. I think he decides pretty early, wants to go. Front foot goes early. It's premeditated strategy to get down the wicket. And yeah, simple finish for Umar Farouk. And Palmer bowled well, but he goes for just 6. Here comes the 7th jersey. Started to fall at 56 for 7.
Another bowler picks up a wicket, like you said. The bowlers have been in fine form and have been capitalising on some poor decisions made by one or two of the batters. New batter comes out. And this is George Richardson. He's certainly impressed me with his bowling. He's a talented young player. Lovely smooth action. But can he produce something with the bat as well?
Yeah, I need a miracle from here. Let's see what George can do. Cousins batting together now. Pershan and George Richardson.
This one goes through as well. Doesn't seem to be very comfortable. Does George Richardson against the slow spin of Sawa. Sawa goes really, really wide. He angles that ball through.
He does. He doesn't really try and rip many. Last one just kind of went on with the arm, flicked out the front of the fingers. Anyway, 7 overs down. Palmer's 57 for 7. Yeah, does look at the moment that they're going to finish with that 1-4 record. Heading for a tough Super Thursday where they pretty much have to, well, they will have to win 5 in a row if they're going to win the week. But, I mean, they have played some good cricket at times. Let's have a look at what's coming up. Pakai Care versus Yek. Champions of Spain and Greece going at it in the last game of the day. Well, got some bad news for you. Mohamed Kamran, 12th man, are deciding to give him a rest. And so, let's see what Pakai Care do. They've locked up top spot. Still, obviously, you want to try and use your resources, play some good cricket. Mohamed Mochim into the lineup for the first time. And for Yek, well, they seem resigned, it would seem, to being bottom, but with a massive win, they could still finish a bit higher.
It's hit firmly and gets it over the infielder. That would be 4 runs. And some warm applause for that shot from Richardson. Didn't look comfortable against the spin, but no issues there. Plays out really well. Look, I mean, going back to that team selection, that makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to finish top of the group regardless, and they want to keep their best players fit. And well, we were talking about this earlier, weren't we?
Yeah.
We can go touch on that later. This one's well bowled, and well, this can be the strangest buy I think that you'll ever see. And it's the ball is still rolling around. There's another bat plug, and well, I've not seen a signal from the umpire yet, but I think this was a buy.
Got to be buys.
Got to be a buys here.
Yeah, I mean, let's check this out, because this will be entertaining. Is this going to be run out if he hits or stuff?
Oh, he would
run out.
If he run out because
running
he
to
goes
nowhere.
forward, there's the buy
okay,
signal.
watch out. Here we go. The pole vault. Bang. Well, let's just say he might be singing in the Jersey Boys choir as soprano after that.
That's just incredible.
Ouch.
Well, they're going to try and do it again. This time the keeper may just hold on to it.
Oh, Curious George. That was a moment. I'll say it before, I'll say it again. Keep off the grass. If you're trying to dig your bat into that grass, it's not going to slide nicely. He's picked up plenty of victims.
Look, Umar Farouk's been good, but I would not take him temp-in bowling for sure.
It's a gutter ball. Bat speed. That's hit a 6. He's looking for that area though, isn't he? Square of the wicket.
Just that rate now is just getting to, well, you would say it's a point of no return anyway. He's gone past the 18.
I'm an optimistic guy, but I felt when they were 14 and a half and over, there were a chance, but they just kept losing wickets. And Marlowe playing with their tails up. Here's Shazad.
Well, I mean, you're trying to get funky. The issue with that shot is, well, if you're having trouble seeing it and hitting it when it's straight, well, you're going to be very brave and perhaps very lucky if you're to pull this off. It was not to be, and I like the confidence, I have to say that, from George Richardson, but not the execution.
Yeah, he's just having trouble scoring through regular means, so that's when you resort to this. He's not really balanced, he's on the move. Shazad says, oh, I'll just bowl the stumps and leave you to deal with it. That's why I think, a lot of people talk about moving the wide line and all these things, bowling wider. Not a bad idea if you bowl straight at the stumps. As George Richardson, he gives him the stumps and he gives up the stumps. Very entertaining innings from him, for probably all the wrong reasons, but it's now 8 wickets down, 63 for 8.
Well, it looks like from here that Farmers, the team, they are a talented team. A lovely bunch of lads, and they're the best. Got the best supporters as well, but they're going to have to do it the hard way. Yeah. They won't be the only team, we know that.
Magic Spray Mary.
She is.
See her. Jack DeGrushi gets a bat at number 10. Just a little inside. End of the over. It's 63 for 8.
Yeah, that one was over pitched, but missed out on. And it's Gucci who's out there at the moment.
That's good by Shazad as well. 2 for 16. They've bowled well as a unit, haven't they? Just flicking through these figures, but Naveed is the only one that's gone for double-digit economy. His over went for 12. This isn't a disaster. They've had 6 separate wicket takers. Gondal 2 for 2. Najam Shazad 2 for 16.
He goes for this one, and it's been taken brilliantly. Good catch, good fielding on the boundary, and it's Gondal who takes another. And we could see Marlowe bowling out another team. I mean, they bowled out, as we know, earlier on this morning, the Punjabi Lions of Nicosia for 45. Could they do it again? This is an amazing comeback.
I'll tell you what, the Australian Test team, they couldn't get 1 wicket in a day. Okay, and now it looks like Marlowe might get 20. I guess I always say the issue will be taking 20 wickets. We had our first ECL game earlier today where all 20 wickets fell. It's only about the 5th time it's ever happened. Right now, it's Farmers on their last legs. As the score is 63 for 9. Good effort by Will Pershard, but struck that 1-6, scored 11. Now we're going to see captain not batting very low. James Pershard taking much lower than number 11, the keeper and captain, giving some opportunities to other players. He knows that this is a task that's a bit beyond any batter. Send Chris Gale out there now, and probably still not going to win the match, but let's see if he can put something together. Also a nice chance to get a couple of overs out there in the middle with a player like DeGrushi, who we haven't seen much of during this ECL. Sawa with 2 for 4 now. It's wide. And, well,
it's interesting shot selection for that one. Interesting shot selection.
Classic number 11 sweep shot. Strike 2.
Oh, no. Just gets back, I think. Wasn't the best of throw. I think he may have been better off probably trying his own end, the keeper. But, well, one thing we know, that maybe when Umar Farouk has the ball in his hand, he's probably got a good chance of making it.
James Pershard is my spirit animal. A keeper that bats 11. That's me. So, it's nice to see you getting a bat here, James. I still think he's a bit better than what he's shown so far. DeGruchy, let's see if he can get a run.
Well, and they do get back. Yes, they do. So
Nice work.
yeah, he gets off the mark. So both these batters will try and back their way through the innings. They wouldn't want, but certainly James.
You know, I'm a positive person. There's
Yeah,
been
go on. What are you going to say?
10 batters have scored runs in this innings. Only James Pershard hasn't. So let's see if they can make it a perfect 11, if not a perfect result. Uh-oh.
He will. It's in the most
There we go.
characteristic
Raise your
way.
bat. He gets it.
Well, he gets a good round of applause there as well. Yeah, well done. I mean, he chips the wicket keeper.
First run in ECL cricket.
Yeah, that's quite amazing. When you look at that score and you know they're 9 wickets down, yet there's been no ducks.
No ducks.
Well,
All right. Somebody order me a bacon sandwich.
what's that about?
Yeah.
And it's all over.
It'll be ready by the time I hit the ground. Because Grushi was always going to go after it, wasn't he? And Sawa, well, he's going to finish with the figures of 3 for 7. And so, Farmers, they're going to get bowled out here. They had one game where it kind of clicked for them. And they had their moments, particularly in the first half of this game. But ultimately, the runs on the board, proving too much pressure. And they go down by 43 runs. It'll be 110 to 67. And Marlow, what a day they had. They hadn't scored a win in the first 2 days. They came out and they played very, very good cricket to knock over 2 excellent cricket teams.
Yeah, look, you got to take your hat off to Marlow. They came out here fighting. They knew they were under the cosh, as did Farmers. But Marlow did one better, whereas they won both their games. The Farmers did win one. And it's interesting though, isn't it? Just going back a long way back, even before the start of this match, winning the toss and deciding to field first. And I don't know, the way they played the last match, I would have fancied them to have a bat, you know. But they decided that they would chase, and it just didn't work. I mean, that was a big wicket there, wasn't it? It was a very loose wide delivery and put straight into the hands of Greenshields. And both the Tribe brothers, they got out softly. But yeah, once again, Marlow, it's been an incredible fight back from them. They've done it in style, haven't they?
Yeah.
I mean, all right, they didn't bat. Once again, they haven't scored a huge amount of runs on the board. 98 earlier today, and in this one, 110. But it's the way that they've been in the field. They've been clinical. Yeah, okay, they've dropped 1 or 2, but they have taken all the other chances. The half chances they've made, they've created chances. They support each other, and all of a sudden, they just look a lot happier and a lot merrier out there in the field.
Yeah, they sure do. And look, cricket's a confidence game, and momentum is so important in these tournaments. Jersey, they certainly had gathered a bit of momentum, a bit of steam up, but yeah, you saw this chase just falling apart. And I think, again, it's difficult, these middle order players, it's a different sort of a game, different sort of a role they have to play in slightly longer form cricket. I mean, this was a complete wipeout, and avert your eyes. It was interesting times for everyone out there. No one could quite believe what they were seeing. And this is a little bit of river dance from the batter, Richardson, who had to go. It's good catching, probably that's the thing that's really impressed me. Marlow, okay, sure, they shelled a couple, but particularly the fielders in the key positions, they caught really well, and those down the ground shots, that's typically where good batters often give you a chance, and they've been following those ones.
You know, interesting thing, just a very quick observation. Well, let's have a look at this first, because this is coming up, and I think, well, if you've seen some changes, as you mentioned, from the Pakakea Barcelona side, makes sense for me because, well, they've got a big day coming up tomorrow. And the other thing is, and this is, of course, a big if they were to go on and win the week and win this group, then they're back here again next week.
Yeah.
So you want to keep as many players as fresh as you can.
Yeah.
So if you've got a match coming up which really nothing counts on, and this is the only one they're going to have which really nothing really counts on, then you've got to make those changes.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's basically a training session for Pakakea. Yeah, Corfu, well, maybe if Pakakea muck around too much, they might sense an opportunity to win the game well. Just think about some of the players they've got, like Manusis, Carvelis. I really like Bogdos as well today.
Yeah, he played well.
But Pakakea, if they were smart, I'm probably not bowling Mohamed Babar. Cameron's not in the 11 at all. I think it's a good chance to give them a bit of a rest because they will have 2 matches tomorrow and then, of course, finals Friday. Well, nobody scored a duck, but nobody scored more than 11, as Will Pershard was the top scorer down at number 8. Charles Pershad at the top made a promising start, but things started to go off the boil when he was caught at mid-on off Najab Shazad. Pretty disciplined bowling, I think, as well. 4 wides in there. And a score of 67 all out. Would have been good enough to win the Group D final last week, but not good enough to win match 14 here in Group E. As we see all 6 bowlers taking wickets. Sawa ends up taking the figures after cleaning up the tail. 3 for 7 for him. I liked Condell's work. 2 for 2. Good work from him, although one of his wickets was probably a bit fortunate, short and wide, but you take the luck you get. 2 for 16 for Shazad. The rest were single wicket takers. As we have a look at the chart, like I said, they didn't end up getting to the 10th. Bowled out in the 9th over for 67. And now get confirmation that Marlow 110, defeating Farmers 67. So Portugal may get the honours against the Jersey champs here. Still one more match to go. Still, it's always interesting. Expect the unexpected. We know on ECN we've had all kinds of upsets before. So who knows? Maybe Yak will be able to do a number on Pakai Care and hand them their first loss of the week. Certainly, we have not seen a team at all yet go through the week undefeated. Can Pakai Care keep their streak going? Find out when we return in about 10 minutes here for the last match of the day, match 15, the final match of the round robin stage of Group E. Vinny Sandhu here, Mr. Maximo, alongside Rico Full. Hope you're all having a great day, and we'll see you shortly for more cricket, action and excitement on ECN. You're watching the Bet to Ball European Cricket League.
This is where we play cricket. On the Costa del Sol.
we've reached Game 5 here on Day 3 of Group E here at the European Cricket League, brought to you by Bet to Ball, and it's a clash between Corfu and Pakai Care. Pakai Care, the absolute front runner of this group so far. They are undefeated after 4 games. It's going to be the final toss of the day. The man who's had to hold the giant coin all day. It's over to Sir Rob Kemming for the toss.
Your call. Yeah. Cabaino. It's a runner.
We're going to bat first.
Good.
Well, the toss insanity continues. The call was made by Corfu. They have called Kibarinu, but once again, it has come up as Bet to Ball, so the call went to Pakai Care, and they have elected to bat first in this final game of Day 3 here for Group E at the European Cricket League. Well, Pakai Care, haven't they been the front runners for this group the whole way along? They were probably one of the favourites coming in, and they've shown an immense amount of power with their batting and a huge amount of fire and pace with their bowling. It's been Mohammad Hassan and Mohammad Babar who have been instrumental at the top of the order. They've gotten the team off to a rollicking start in almost every game inside the power play, and frankly most of the other teams have been unable to stop their momentum at all. But they also know they've got plenty of depth in this batting order, and they really could use this opportunity against Corfu to give some of those middle order players quite a chance to get themselves set up for the Thursday and Friday of this week. On the bowling side, we've talked a lot about the speed of Mohammad Kamran, but actually I'd prefer to focus on Atif Mohammed, who's come in and bowled some of the middle overs. Tall, young left armour, but boy, he can generate some pace when he really gets worked up. And I think he's going to be a key as they play some of the better teams in this competition. As for their opponents, Corfu, well, they started off with a bang and looked very promising after day 1. But when their big guns, Tassos Manusos and Ari Cavallis, haven't fired, they simply haven't had enough support from the rest of the team. When those people two have played well, they've managed to put some good scores on the board. They really need one of those two to come through with a strong innings today, and preferably to bat through as much as possible. Their bowling lineup's shown a little bit more strength, but it just hasn't reached the levels of consistency to allow them to be a strong performer throughout the entire group. Nonetheless, they'll be looking to get their campaign back on track before we move into the knockout stages Thursday tomorrow. I think this game's going to probably be closer than we anticipate. Corfu would be looking to spring a surprise. Going to swing back to the commentary box. We've once again got Vinny Sandhu and Rico Full. Take it away, boys.
Thank you very much to Andrew Rhino. Rhino doing a magnificent job today with his introductions, and I like what he's saying as well. I would agree with him. His comments he made about Pakai Care batting on. It's a good opportunity for them to maybe just change things up slightly for them, and maybe rest 1 or 2 off the big guns. They're not thinking about it because that big gun is still going out there to open the batting. That's Mohammad Babar and well, Mohammad Ishan as well. And I know these guys, if they get an opportunity to bat, they will bat. Neither one of those two will want to give up their spot. I'm just wondering though, I would still agree with Ron. I think maybe someone like Sikandar Ali, he's been out there but hasn't really performed well with the bat. There was 1 or 2 other hiccups there in some of the innings that they had. So they do, I mean, apart from yesterday really, they haven't really had the opportunity to show what they can do with the bat. But yesterday, of course, we saw exactly what they can do. 142 they put on the board, and it's the highest score by far this week. And well, first of all, it's going to be once again Carvelis that's going to open up. This is it's still a big game for Corfu, because one of the things that, well, we know that strange things happen in sport, and you just think if they can blow away Pakai Care battle on it cheaply here, get the runs pretty quickly, they could find themselves taking maybe that 4th spot. Who knows? Because anything is possible. You can see a blue around the Pakai Care battle on it batters. So this is the team, the Spanish champions based in Barcelona in the Badalona region, up against the Greece champions. Cavelas. Bit of a miscue here. This comes off the toe end of the bat. You can see, you heard Vinny Sandhu say towards the end of the last match, there's probably 1 or 2 players that are just starting to feel a little tired, starting to feel a few aches and pains, and Carvelis, somebody like him, who's such an important player for them, a big all-rounder, short, but being punished. What a lovely shot this is. That is absolutely awesome. Really awesome. This is brutal. He muscles this over the offside boundary. That is a tremendous shot, but they're liking it. And there was a few gasps as well. What a shot that is. Have a look at this. That is a crazy, that's insane. And it goes all the way into the fan zone as well. And then a good reply from Carvelis. And Babar just respects straight a ball. That's one thing that we certainly noticed. I know I was talking to one or two people in the fan zone, and they were saying that what they're noticing a lot more with some of the European cricketers is that they're a little bit more choosy about their shots. In the air, this one is going to be a chance though. Has been taken, good catch, and that's Arslan Ahmed running across, takes a catch. So Babar, after playing an extraordinary shot outside there on the off, then blocks the next one. And just when I was saying that, feeling that some of these batters are being just a little bit more choosy about the shots they play, he goes and gets out playing that one. I do think that that's the right shot. Have a look at this again. It is short, but he's maybe just been beaten by the speed. He's a little bit late on it, and even though we know that Arslan Ahmed starts from inside the ring, he's got enough time to get himself in position to take a very good catch. So Babar goes early. He's normally being the one that gives them a good start. He only contributes with one big scoring shot. So it's 6 and out for Mohamed Babar of the 5 deliveries that he faces. And for now, that will be seen as an opportunity for another batter to go out there and score some runs. But if they were to lose a few more quick wickets, I think then we start talking about it being an opportunity for Korfu to maybe not only cause an upset with the result, but do themselves a massive favour in the standings of the group. It is Sikandar Ali. Well, I was talking about, well, maybe Sikandar Ali could have done with a little bit of time at the crease. Well, he's going to get that with Mohamed Babar going with the ball to go. He's going to have to face this first delivery first, and I'm sure that that man there, Carvelis, who casually chews the gum, or whatever it is he's chewing, comes in. It's going to make it an uncomfortable one ball for him, and it's well bowled right in the block hole. Good Yorker length delivery, good finish to the over. He did get clean for one, just a one scoring shot in that over, which went for 6. Other than that, nice and tidy, 6 for 1. Carvelis in the wicket straight away. And puts his shades on, though I must say the sun's just disappeared for a moment behind one or two of the clouds. Just have once again look around this ground, and there's the Spanish flag flying proudly. There's regardless of this result, back like here, Barcelona, champions of Spain, a team from Barcelona. There's the hitman with camera. He's take it easy in this one. He's the 12th man. And they will finish on top of the standings. And the catch comes into bowl, and this has been picked up beautifully. What a lovely shot that is. And that's a shot of a man who is in good form. Ishan yesterday was, well, he was scintillating to watch, wasn't he, when he scored that 64 of just 17 deliveries, which earned him that player of the match performance against RBS crying out. He just flicks his away. It's a shot that he plays with minimal effort. Nice shot, effortlessly dispatched. Still no change in the field, so they're sticking with the 2 men straight. Ahmed looking to hit back, go short, and Ishan doesn't go after him. And that's the point I was trying to make before, when it was Mohamed Babar that let me down. Doesn't automatically go for the big hit. He's already got his boundary, and he just says, okay, I'll just defend this away and take a single, get myself a strike. So Sikandar Ali gets shapes up to face his second delivery. Not off the mark yet. And he may not get off the mark. He won't. It's a really nice catch taken. He goes for a duck, and well, how about that from Georgios Nikitas? Takes a really nice catch. Nicely done. I like the way he's dived forward here, and then he rolls over as well, making sure he doesn't hit the deck hard with his elbows. There's no way that ball is coming out of my hands, he says. Oh, that's nice, Nikitas. Liking this, and there's a little bit of sexy cricket going on here. Beautiful catch, and doesn't mind losing his baggie while he takes that one. Zagindali goes for a 2-ball duck. Right here now, we're starting to see it. Maybe the first time though, as I said, makes no difference in how the standings finish, but the first time, a little bit of pressure on the champions of Spain. Maybe we're going to see Mohamed Yassin perhaps going out now. He's usually partners Ishan very well. No, it's not. It's going to be Abid Mahbub. Do change things up slightly. Plenty of noise from the Corfu players, their supporters out there as well, and their camp. So both the openers picking up a wicket. Aslan Ahmed, who takes this away, gets himself off the mark straight away. Okay, that's the first thing he wanted to do. Takes a little bit of that nervous energy out of the equation. Shan goes for pull shot, leg side. Finds the fielder. It's nicely fielded down Manusis this time. Just reorganising the field now to the new batter. That's clever, I think. You see that long off comes in when it's Ishan, but goes back to the new batter. And this is why just goes wide of him. Manusis is able to stop it. Uses his feet to do so. End of the over. 16. 2 wickets down. Ishan is going to be the wicket that they want to try and get, and know how dangerous he can be. We don't really know too much about Mahbub. So it will be the captain who will have this over. Aslan Mohammed. As the sun starts to caress this magnificent ground once more. With Babar doesn't look so happy, and that's the young man there in the front of the picture there. That's Mohammed Atif, that Andrew Wang was talking about. He's looking forward to seeing him do the bowling. The first thing that Spanish champions will want to do is get a few more runs on the board. So Aslam, captain, is ready to. Oh, just having a slight delay here. Looks like the umpires have just had some communication that's come through. Not sure what's going on here. It could be maybe just some gloves. Change of gloves for the batter. Not sure. And he said it just come out there, Mahbub, so I'm not really sure what the issue was there. Obviously didn't feel comfortable. So that's a new set of gloves. So there's a bit of a discussion, a bit of a conversation there between the captain and the wicket keeper. Looks like we get ready to get back to the action now again. Nice shot there of a young man who really has impressed with his leg spin. Glanis, good young talent. It finally does start short. It's dragged out to Manusis. It's another single, so just a couple of boundaries so far, and it's a low-key start for Pakake Badalona compared to what we're used to from them. Gone. Yes, finger goes up, and he may not like it, but Ishan will have to go, and the captain Aslam Mohammed has got his wicket, and a very good bit of keeping as well from Spiros Bogdos. Takes the catch. These are never easy when you're standing up, and no mistakes. And well, the champions from Greece have got Okay, Badalon on the back foot. Yeah, I think it's a pretty wide delivery. You'd expect a player of the ability and quality of Ishan to put that away, but he gets a bit of bottom edge on it, and the catch is taken. He's not a happy man. He goes for 8. Just 4 deliveries. Well. Maybe there is going to be a surprise here in the script. It's a new batter. Makes his way out. And it's going to be, well, some more changes. It's going to be Shiraz Ahmed. The captain comes to face the captain of the fielding side. He wants to get off the mark straight away, and good bit of fielding, good bit of cricket all round really. It was a sharp single, good communication between the two batters. Maybe a little bit of concerns there in the camp. That's sort of just the coach there, Malik, and also the Federation rep, Saeed. Slower delivery, drags it out to the fielder, stops it really well. That's travelled fast, and well, Niktas has been sharp out there. I've already seen him take one stunning catch. Nothing's getting past me, he says. That's a similar delivery that Ishan managed to get a little nick on. Clever bowling from Aslam Mohammed. This is an ugly shot, plays all round this, and that wasn't good at all from Mahbub. And that is the end of the over. So the power play is completed. 18, but how about that? 18 on the board and 3 wickets down. Rika full here, one man who comes back into the commentary box will be a little bit surprised with this scoreline. It's going to be Mr. Maximo Vinisandu.
Yeah, well, surprised to an extent, but you got a team with something to gain versus a team with little to gain, so I would expect it to be a bit closer than their previous records would suggest. And Yak, they want to get something going. And Pakake, they proved themselves. They are the front runners in this group, no doubt about it. They've beaten everyone they've faced so far. Yak, you know, with a very good performance here, they could even pinch 4th spot. Yeah, that might seem a bit what's the word? Unlikely, but they need to make about 1.6 in net run rate on Marlow if they're to win this. So to give you an idea, you know, if they could keep them to roll them for 60 or something like that. And Pakake, that's happened before. We've seen that before, and they could knock over the runs in a few overs. Then they could actually get 4th spot. It's not that unrealistic. It's unlikely, but it's certainly not unrealistic. As this one is pulled out, Manusia's patrolling the boundary out at deep mid-wicket, contending with the sun. So I mean, I think you have to just consider this as a really good opportunity to build. Yeah. It does seem likely that we have to win at least 1, probably 2 elimination matches tomorrow. So just want to be playing good cricket. This isn't a practice session for them. They're playing to win. They're trying to play their best cricket. So, like a good chance for Galanis to roll out a couple of overs as well. And they're already into the middle order here. We know Pakake, they're pretty dangerous top to bottom though. Showed their batting depth yesterday.
Flights this up, and he gets hold of this. This goes all the way. Nicely hit. Shaka Lagia.
Nice shot. It was tossed up by Galanis, and he went shopping for a wicket, but Mahbub, who's been a little bit slow to get going, he makes pretty good contact, I should say, with this. And I think the main thing is he does hit it straight, does make it slightly safer.
This time he goes leg side, there's a fielder there, and he puts it down. Oh, and well, he does catch up with it and stop it going to the boundary rope, but that is a big opportunity.
He's out from behind the stumps, but the ball's still following him. Yorgos Niktas, who we saw keeping the last couple of games. This one, back with the sun, loses the battle, and the next one, turned away for one. One thing's for sure, if you're going to try and roll Paco Care, you better take your chances.
Yeah.
So that's not an easy one. It's hit flat. Yes, he was resting with the sun, but I think the bowler will be particularly disappointed, Galanis, that he should have had a wicket there. As it is, it does take us to the end of the over. And so 29 for 3 after 4. As we welcome you once again to the beautiful Cardamom Oval. We had a great day here, haven't we? The sun's starting to peek in, which means it's late in the day. Look, we're very late in the round robin now. We've kind of had the top 3 there sorted out. 4, 5, 6 still not completely fixed, and it's going to be, it'll be dependent on this result, but it does seem that Yak are likely to finish in the bottom 2. Even if they win this game, they have to win it really well to jump to 4th. But still, I mean, what a Super Thursday we've got in store for us. I'm sure we're all looking forward to that, and more information about the scheduling as we know it. Right now, we'll go back to the live action. Tassos Manousis is going to come into the attack with his off spin over number 5.
Yeah, I like this thought. I mean, why not keep the pace off the ball? Try and pick up a few more wickets, because you know that the Spanish batters are certainly going to go for it. And this one has come out of the middle of the bat, and it's the captain, Ahmed, that goes big now. He gets his first boundary, and he does it in the Seis Carrera style.
It does. Hits with his spin. And Manousis, he's kind of bowling. He'll bowl that kind of challenge lengths and hope you make a mistake. Clever bowling, though. It's a little bit slower, a little bit wider. Manousis showing all his experience here. Whereas Ahmed. It goes for it again, and you forget this one. This is top of the tree stuff. Oh, Timber Seis Carreras. Okay, they're swinging for the fences, and they get 6 right here.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big shot, and well, you had them, you were taming them for a while, and then now the captain decides, well, he quite likes this. He's going to go after Manousis.
Oh, short, but he's completely messed this up. Manousis is after it. Oh, and he can't quite get there. It probably was Manousis that had to get it, but he had to contend with what was coming the other way. And there was a steam train in Galanis who was coming in. I think Manousis just probably bailed out a little bit towards the end, trying to avoid a collision, a potential collision.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you call perfect placement. It's the one place where you could put it, and nobody can quite get to it.
Now, stumped. I think he'll be gone here. He's already walking. He's been given out on the field. And so he wins the battle in the end, as he's been trying hard for a wicket. And well, it wasn't the batter that had the close calls, but Manousis does finally get the wickets. Mahbub has got to go. Nice bit of work behind the stumps from Spiros Bogdos as well. And after that, it's 42 for 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's one that, this is a wicket that there's one man who's going to be very happy about it, and that's Niktos, because he did drop Mahbub. I mean, Niktos, though, has had a great time out there in the field. He's made some good stops. He's taken a great catch already, but that's not going to hurt them, because all he's gone on to do is add 2 more runs to the ball. But clever bowling from Manousis, because look, when you've just been hit hard for 2 big 6s, I mean, I know it's a different batter, but you still got to keep your cool. You still got to keep your nerve, and he does, and he just sort of drifts this one slightly wider of the batter. And I have to say that the reactions from Mahbub were very slow, and he just ends up being stranded. He knows he's gone and just literally walks off. He doesn't have to wait for the decision from the umpire.
Yeah, exactly right. So we'll bring Majid Hanif to the crease. Manousis showing all his wile here. As he has been hit a couple of times, but does get the wicket. 1 for 13. Last ball of his over. This is a genuine outside edge. It's going to take some chasing. And in fact, the ball will win the race. So a bit of bad luck there for Manousis. As Hanif gets off the mark. Well, Richards does the fielding down there.
Hello,
And,
Richards.
we lock him in the cube. He's actually got a chain from his ankle. He's not allowed to leave the cube. Luckily for you, Richards, the ball came inside. Now come on in, come on down. 4 runs, finishes the over, 46 for 4.
Yeah, it's lucky. That's all you can say about it. Bit of suerte. And Richards, well, he's having his time out there. And look, just shout out not just to Richards, but all the crew here. They've been absolutely fantastic from Spring Productions, bringing you the best coverage that you could ever ask for. And so many people actually in the fan zone have all said and all commented that the production is absolutely fantastic. So credit to Spring Productions. This one's been hit pretty hard, and it will go for a 1 bounce, 4 runs. Well struck. It really does get behind us. Gives it a bit of oomph, doesn't he? And so is Ahmed. He's out to attack, and they've gone for Carvelis here to try and see if they can get another wicket. They believe that get 1 more or 2 more, and that they're certainly in here. This one's gone up in the air, just drops in front of the fielder at third. That could have been the wicket that they wanted. The captain here, he's chancing his arm. Is Ahmed. So far, he's been fortunate. Carvelis now has an opportunity to have a go at Hanif.
Yeah, so Carvelis, the easiest bowler to go after, we know that. Now, edge, no, he's flying away. I think he gets a bit of leather on this, but it's going to be 4. That's a very good effort from the keeper. There's a bit of pace on this, Rico. Look at this. I mean, he couldn't have done a lot more, to be honest. He got a good step and launched himself. Fighting gravity was Spiros Bontos. Got something last over. This one, I don't even know if you can call that a chance. I mean, he extended as far as he could, and even then just got a little bit of the end of the finger on it. Carvelis will be fired up. In the air, and a bit of work for the outfielder. Well, the Greeks, I know they won the Euros a few years ago. This isn't going to win too many footballing trophies. It's booted over the boundary, 4 runs.
Well, I think he's actually booted this onto his chest. He sort of stopped it and then chested it over the line. So that's a bit of an own goal, that is. Hanif living dangerously, 2 edges for 4, and then gets this one, a bit of an assist.
And then he went for the handball, but it was a bit too late by then. You're right, it was a bit of a unwitting juggle.
It's going to make Carvelis angry.
Might make the ball quicker. He's only got 2 to come, though. Once again, bangs it in. Yeah, the fielding's so important, isn't it? And we see all varieties of fielding, I suppose. That's part of the charm of European cricket, is the fact that there is a large kind of range of cricketing skills in all facets of the game. Carvelis at the top end, I think, with the bat and the ball in his hand. Last ball of his match 14. Goes for the Yorker. Well dug out though by Majid, who gets 1. That's the end of 6. Score 60 for 4.
Yeah, I mean, it ends up being a good over for, I can't care about it on a few runs from it, but they weren't convincing runs. You have to say that. It's that edge again from Hanif. His first two scoring shots were 4 and 4, both edges, and then the third one was a bit uppish. Just got it over the infielder, but well, there was the kick. We should call it the kick over the boundary to the boundary as well. So 60 for 4.
Aslam Mohammed, good over from him. I think he's one player really impressed me in Corfu. I don't think we've quite seen the best of Aslam Mohammed yet, but bowled a good over, 1 for 2. Also think with the bat, he can be a bit of a wild card. Speak of the devil, so I think he's about to come on. Not saying that's the devil there, Mohammed Kamran. He's just,
not a good look, that,
it's like a prize fighter. You know how we talked about the boxing analogy last night? He's got a little hood on. Oh, this is in the air. This could be a chance. He's got a long way to go. Carvelis, oh, what a good effort. Oh, what a good effort that was. He might have banged the ground when he lands. It almost cost him a pair of sunglasses. He couldn't have done any more than that. He was always curving away from him as well.
Yeah, he's all right, though. Look, as long as the shades are good, we've had that before, haven't we? We had a fielder step on his own shades.
We did. Well, rest in peace, those sunglasses. Those ones, well,
good effort, really good effort.
Yeah, very, very good effort. And this one won't be caught by anyone. Well, not on the field anyway, because that one's out of here. Maximal! Charles Ahmed, who's up to 27, powerful strike. Aslam Mohammed just seems to be bowling a little bit within himself today. More kind of off-spin type deliveries, bit of a hybrid. And this one, no doubt about it, 6 runs.
Yeah, that's been well hit, and it's once again the battle of the two captains.
Goes again, and you can fetch this one, Aiden. He backs off. I don't know about that bit of fielding from the ball retriever, but I tell you what, it is Maximo back-to-back Shiraz. He swings Pakakare up into the 70s.
I think he's smart, Aiden, there. He knows if he goes for this and drops it, me and you are onto him.
Yeah.
He thinks, nah, just let it drop. I'm gonna keep my record clean.
Yeah, asking for it again. I think about 2 here. I don't think it's quite there considering it's only a short throw for Galanis. So, Charles Ahmed, he's the one looking dangerous. And this is how they bat, Pakakare. They will throw the bat, they'll back one of their teammates to come in and keep up the pace, even if they do lose wickets. So, they're basically a 6-hitting factory, aren't they? The Spanish qualifiers. It's well bowled. Just dragging it wide of the off stump. I think this is probably the way I think he's more effective. I know he's gone for a couple this over, Aslam Mohammed, but I think he bowls more of this off-spin type. It just takes pace off. I think he's probably more effective. So once again, beats the bat. So a good finish to his over, but does cost 16 across his 2 overs. The score is 74 for 4 after 7. Coming up tomorrow, we have Super Thursday. We already have the playoffs in place because we know Pakakare, they'll finish first. And RBS Grindhouse, they will finish second. Punjab Lions, Nicosia will finish third. They'll play each other in the first, third and 5th matches of the day. And the best 2 performers out of those 3, they will get the double chance on Friday. We can't fill in 4, 5, 6 yet because we don't quite know. It does look like Farmers will finish 4th. They'll play the winner of Yek versus... sorry, it won't be Farmers and
not Farmers, no. It won't be Farmers.
It'll be Marlow that finishes 4th, pardon me. And they will likely play the winner of Farmers and Yek in eliminator number 2. But I can't confirm that because it depends on the result of this game. And Yek, they'll still have visions of maybe having the innings of their lives and knocking these runs off pretty quickly. And they could snatch 4th, but they'd have to do it super quickly. As we're going to see a change bowling. And it will be Ilias Bardis into the attack. Left armour, might get a wicket first up, and he does. So first ball, first wicket, as Georgios Galanis takes the catch and makes the little love heart signal. Oh, I'm loving your work out there, 17-year-old leg spinner. This time he does it in the field. And what a moment for Bardis as he takes his ECL wicket. And it removes a dangerous hitter from the equation. Charles Ahmed, he goes for 34, and the score is 74 for 5.
Yeah, that's a really good moment, and this is what this is all about. It's making these European cricketers' dreams come true, and it is Bardis. He knows that the captain of the Pakakare Bangalore side is going to go after it, but if he miscues one, then he's going to be in trouble, and he does miscue this, doesn't get the hide on it. Really good catch taken by young Galanis, and it's celebrations around the ground, and I think in the dugout there of the dugout of the champions of Greece. Good wicket, a nice wicket, a nice feel about that one. That's something that they wanted, and it's a good moment for the bowler Ilias Bardis.
Yeah, very, very good moment. And yeah, it's kind of ball you probably think he might be able to drive out of the ground, but yeah, first wicket for Ilias Bardis. Only the 1 over previously in the tournament. It cost 15, but great experience for him. It's taken ECL wicket as you can see Asad Abbas coming to the crease. To the bottom half now. Oh, he almost gets a second. It's just chipped straight back over Bardis. They think of a second. They think better of it. So look, I like what I'm seeing from Yek. I think that they're trying their hardest to bring some intensity and challenge the front runners in this Group E.
Yeah, that was well bowled actually, because he almost had, if he'd beat Abbas there, he would have had him stumped.
Wow, this could be another wicket. It should be a simple catch. And he's dropped it, and now we might have a run out. And we don't. Well, Alexandros Animogiannis. Great name. At that time, wasn't a great piece of fielding. Rico, talk me through where he went wrong here.
He dropped it. We've seen 2 dollies today, and this one, that's the big dolly, and the other one was in the match before, wasn't it, from Firth?
He could have run him out too. They'd given up. They thought there's no way he's dropping this. And now this will be probably a wide. I can't believe that one. You can't blame the son. He's out of ideas. Poor Adamajanis. We've all been there.
Oh dear. You got a feel for him.
Bardis could have had 2 for 1.
Loving the look. That look there as well from Bardis.
Short. It's a hit me ball. And Galanis. Well, he'll do it. 2 great catches in the over from him. Well, double half time. And, well, you can hear the Brubazella in the background as Corfu. Well, what an over. Tell you what, I'll take Bardis on. Give me a pair of pads and a bat. He's handing those out. But I tell you what, Paco Care just miscued a couple of that over. 3 chances, 2 were taken. And now 77 for 6.
Well, I like this because after the earlier drop, Bardis says, come on, give me some love. And that man, Galanis, he likes to give some love. Takes a really good catch again low down. Really good technique from him. And, well, I said give me some love. And you saw he's giving us the old heart again. So Asad Abbas goes out there. He was lucky to survive the first ball, actually. Only just managed to loop it over Bardis. Well, that drop catch, I suppose, did bring him back on strike. And there was no mistake from Galanis. Really good work. And, well, Bardis, he's got 2. He could have had 3, but he ain't finished yet.
Yeah. I mean, he could have had 3. I also think he could have gone for about 18. He served up a couple of half trackers, and I thought were jungle bound. And that can happen sometimes. You still got to hit him. Love what I'm seeing though from Bardis. He has his first 2 ECL wickets in his first over. He's making things happen. Atif Mohammed in at number 8. And he goes again. And he's caught again. No, he's dropped it. No way.
Oh, it could have been a hat-trick off, well, the 2 there working combined together. Bardis and Galanis. I think he's hurt himself here as well.
Oh, I mean, this one had 4 chances out of 5 balls. Oh, we did.
I think he might just landed hard on his knee. I wonder if has he fell on the ball here? Look, it goes up in the air.
Has this for a while, I think. Oh, yep, just rolls up the wrists and out. Back to live action. And this was almost a chance as well. And it's going to be 4. And, well, everything happening. It all happens in the 8th maybe here, Rico. He's at the end of that over. It's 82 for 6.
Oh, well, what an unfortunate... Look, it could have been another
chance.
Oh.
That's 5 chances in 6 balls. 2 were taken. And 82 at the end of the over. I'll bring him on from both ends. They were only bowling at one end.
Well, how about that? That's incredible. I hope Galanis is all right there. He's still hobbling around a little bit. I think he just, when he went down, he just hit his knee, sort of an awkward angle. He seems to be okay. He doesn't seem to be calling for any attention. But, yeah, I mean, what a moment that could have been. Bowled Bardis, caught Galanis on 3 occasions. But, well, I suppose...
Well, we had 5 genuine catching chances, and the 6th one looped over the bowler.
Yeah.
So you kind of had 6 false shots in and over. Maybe he is the best bowler in the world. I don't know. Anyway, here's Arslan Ahmed, who's going to continue. Oh, bowl.
This one goes right through him and somehow evades the stumps. Oh, that was so close to knocking the leg stick out of the ground.
Getting some good information from Carvelis, who's fielding in front of us. You'll love this. Now, Elias.
Ooh, well, that one.
That was a bump ball.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Yeah, go on. We
Elias
heard this.
Bardis,
Tell the viewers.
he's only been bowling for 1 year, and he taught himself to bowl during COVID lockdown.
What a
He's been teaching himself to bowl, and he's just bowled. I've never seen an over before, and I've done, 1,100 matches plus. We've seen 6 chances in an over. Yeah. Well, 5 genuine ones, really 6 false shots. Well, this is sliced away. It's behind point. That'll go to the boundary. So that, I think, is gone for 4. Yeah, 4 is the call. Hanif moves into the 20s. But how about, I'm going to go back to Bardis. Rico, isn't that what European cricket's all about?
It's all about, and I'm telling you this now, I'm gonna write a sign, say Bardis, because I want him back to bowl the last over.
I don't think you can take him off. I mean, you probably can.
Where's that marker pin? Where's that marker
pin? So to go for in the ECL to take 2 wickets, and you're first over, second over. It's pretty good, and this is also pretty good from Arslan Ahmed. He's lost 6 wickets. Well, you're trying to, Rico's trying to ride a sign. You could just tell Ari to pass on the message because he's right under us here. You have to write it very big. So,
I'm on it.
B-A-R.
Watch the game.
E-I-S. You want me to? Here we go. Another swing and a miss. What are you doing there? Here we go. No, that's as Rico said. Who's the captain here anyway? Rico says he wants more Bardis.
Get Carvelis' attention. Carvelis.
Yes, Rico's made the sign. Who's captain?
He can't see. He's got his shades on. Look.
Who's captaining the side now anyway? All right. There is some contact on this time. So it's the end of the over. About to find out.
Here we go. Bardis. Let's get the fans on in it. Come on, all together now. Bardis. We want Bardis. Come on. Are they listening? Is anybody listening?
Looks like Galanis is going.
He's hurt his knee. He can't bowl. He's hurt his knee. Take him off, Skip.
Let me tell you something.
Tell me.
Game's in the balance here. It's 88 for 6.
Yeah.
So if they think Galanis is the man to bowl, then fair enough. But I tell you what, 5 drop catches, not 5 drops, 2 drops, 2 catches, 3 drops, and a kind of false shot in an over. Elias Bardis can be very happy about that.
Yeah, I mean, look, maybe they're protecting his bowling figures.
Yeah, true. Pretty good figures. Could have been better.
It would have been great if Bardis ends up taking the catch at Galanis. That'll do for me.
All right. Now Galanis isn't there anymore. Looks like Carvelis has gone to cover it. Now they're thinking about a second, trying to manoeuvre Hanif back on strike, but they won't be able to. They do say if you do anything, 10,000 hours of anything, then you can master any skill. I've heard that. He practiced for 10,000 hours.
Is that right?
Yeah, but I don't think he's had 10,000 hours to practice.
I'd almost wanted to fly a plane. Swap, bounce 4 runs, and that takes him into the 90s. But how do I start doing that?
Yeah, well, you have to start at the beginning, I guess. But if you could
10,000
easily
hours?
learn to fly.
The internet. I'll have a look at the
1,000 hours.
internet. Must be something on
I think
YouTube.
it's more than just being on the internet. I think you meant to actually practice.
Yeah, who's going to get
Simulator in a real
behind a plane? That's going to happen, isn't it? Nasty play. This is out to the man on the offside.
Well, no one's forcing you. I mean, the point is, I have heard that. Have you guys heard that before? That if you practice anything for 10,000 hours, then that's how you become an expert. You can normally get a few in as a kid. That normally helps. Well, so this might be a stumping chance, but he does get some bat on it. Now slight fumble. They're going to go for 2. They're going to gamble to get him back on strike. It's going to pay off. Hanif gets a couple.
Yeah, it's not the best of running, I have to say. I think rather than looking where you're going, he's looking at the ball all the time. He's got to get your head down and go, but he does get there. So we're approaching the 100 mark. Hanif, 27.
Yeah, a few people want Marukas to get a bowl. I think he's into the side as well, but he won't get a chance. A bowl by Galanis. So, I mean, look, this is a really good opportunity. Look, whether they can do it in time or not, I'm not sure, but very good opportunity to try and get a win on Pakai Care, who are missing Cameron. And we know they've got some quality bats as well, Corfu. Last ball. Cut away nicely, and this will go to the fence. So, Hanif, pretty handy contribution. He's going to finish 31 off 18, and they do bring up the 100 off the very last ball. Pakai Care, they're going to finish their 10 overs, 100 for 6.
Yeah, I think that's a good, if I was saying a fair score, that's a fair score, because I think Pakai Care Barcelona, the champions of Spain, I think they showed in that innings where they mixed things up slightly a little bit, but they still showed a little bit of class and ability, and Hanif there was one of those. I think he batted really well, but also take nothing away from Yak Corfu. I think they also showed some class and ability, fielded well, took the catches, and I like the way that the captain also, for me, Islam Mohammed, used his bowlers. I mean, 1 or 2 didn't work, but he brought himself on. His first over was really good, not as productive in his second. Carvelis, he started well because he got that big wicket of Mohammed Babar, and you know when you get him and you get him early, well, that could be a difference of, well, quite easily 30-40 runs and the rest maybe. It was a nice start from Ishan. You know that he can play some nice runs, he's dangerous, but well, this was a great catch. I'm loving that. That was Nictus. He got Sikandar Ali So Siganarelli hasn't really hit form. And then there was this great bit of keeping. And, well, Ishan didn't like it. But the umpire there, you saw, saying, you've got to go. And another wicket went. Well, this one went. This disappeared in the trees. Where did that go? Says Mohammed Atif. And this one, well, we know where the batter needs to go there. It wasn't a good looking shot. Once again, the wicketkeeper, Spiros Bogdos, was in the action, taking the stumping. But they did find a way to get the run. Somewhat sneaky. And Hanif, he had some sneaky moments. And Richards, he had his moments as well. And so there, it was all happening at one point. You couldn't look away. It was an action-packed, entertaining innings, and there was Carvelis almost taking what would have been an unbelievable catch. But Hanif kept hitting the ball well. I think in the end, thanks to his contribution, they got 100 on the board. Well, there was Galanis take the first, and he was giving the hearts out. And this one should have been taken. That was an absolute dolly that went down, and it was all sorts happening. He wasn't the happy man, but don't worry, Galanis was still there to give more love to the bowler, and Bardis does and did get his second, and there's the love being spread out. And then there was this one, and it could have been a third, but this just goes to ground. But he's okay, he's hobbling around, don't worry, he came back to bowl there at the end as well.